Sunday. It was Super Dave 44. Good to Super Dave wake.
All right, we're now live. Let's see who comes in. I won't play any music tonight. It's all good because, yeah, we have a guest tonight. 20 minutes into the live stream. Let me get something to drink. So far, nobody's here yet.
Just you and I.
Just us.
Well,
We,
Dave, while I got you here, being a South Carolina boy, me being a North Carolina boy, uh, when you was growing up, did you have a BB gun when you was a boy?
yes, I did. I had a BB gun. I got it taken away because I shot the neighbor's window.
There you go. See, I had a single pump Daisy. Never had a Red Ryder. I had the cheap revolver. Then I went to the Crossman pellet gun. And then I went to a 22 uh, bolt action. And of course, by then I was 16, pretty much old enough to buy one. That's what I always hunted. How about you?
Yeah, I shot birds and squirrels and stuff with my BB gun. Hello, Freezy Peach. I am Kai. How
Hey,
y'all doing? Tonight we have a guest. It's Max Maximus.
hey, Freezy.
He's going to talk a little bit about his life. And Sunday nights, I've been, starting to do this and allow guests. Anybody want to be a guest, next Sunday or any Sunday, just let me know. I'll leave my email at the end of the live stream. Just let us know. How you doing, Mr. Max Maximus?
I'm doing well, thank you, Dave. I hope you are.
I'm doing good, sir. Margie TV, how you doing? I've been following Margie TV a long time.
Yeah, not familiar with that one. I'm gonna have to get familiar with that. Margie TV.
Margie, yeah, I'll run your link here in a minute when I can find your channel, Max.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Max.
Yeah, it's Max Maximus. CMP. If you put hyphen CMP at the end, you'll probably find it.
How's life been treating you, sir?
Pretty damn cruel here lately, but oh, wow. I've done 2 live streams here the last 2 days that explains all that, and we're not going to go into that in in your show today. We'll leave that on my channel over there. That's testimony over there, and after this, people can go see if they haven't caught those live streams, and we'll stick to my testimony about God and that kind
Well,
of
that
stuff.
sounds awesome. I'd like to hear a little bit about your testimony too. Linda DeBose, how you doing? And Freezy Peach, I am Kath. Welcome in. On Sunday nights, we're gonna start having a guest whenever we can. Tonight's guest is Mr. Max Maximus. Can you tell us a little bit about your testimony, sir?
Oh, absolutely. Firstly, I want to know. I want everybody to know I can't see the chat. Not going to mess with this machine. Don't want to lose this line. So we're there on that. Now we get the phone call. We're going to get rid of that for now. All right. Let's see. Where do I start? At the start. At the beginning would be a good part, wouldn't it, Dave?
Yes, sir.
All right. 2008. I had my nose to the grindstone. 2 kids, trying to build a life for us and have a home and business. And of course, market went crazy, didn't it?
Yes, sir. Back in
Yes.
2008.
Yes, sir. Well, my little mechanical contracting company, I can testify that was about getting rid of small businesses. Again, I think we just went through that.
Yeah,
Again. Yeah.
they were giving all these banks and big businesses of money.
Yep. Well, I couldn't bid. I didn't know what my prices were going to be. They were fluctuating everywhere. So the bid was hell. And that's the biggest part of the contracting business. And so what I did was, instead of just throwing good money after bad, or bad after good, however you say that, I started shutting down the place. Going down, I was going back to one truck, and I had time to lift my head from that grindstone. I looked up. Good God Almighty! I could play chess in the sky. The stripes up there. What the world? Well, just like everybody else back then, when you started looking into it, there was all kinds of crazy stuff being said, right? That nobody was being honest about anything or didn't know or whatever. And it was 5 years later after seeing that, noticing that, I was standing there, 4 years. I was standing in my back surgeon's office waiting on the pain management guy to walk in. His name was, well, I'm going to just say, anyways, Mr. Pain Man and Craig. And he comes in, he tells me all about it. I was looking out the window, and they were doing that to the south side of town. I was in the Charlotte area. And I'm like, what in the world? He comes up, it's a nice weather we're having, huh? I said, what in the world? He said, oh, you know about that, huh? No, I don't know. I know something's wrong. And he said, well, and he went to telling me about my back surgeon was studying that stuff and had been out to Colorado to study nanotech. And this is why he was studying the stripes in the sky. Oh, Lord have mercy. Come on now. What the hell is nanotech? Ain't nobody talking about that. It was in the movies, science fiction stuff. Well, I ended up collecting rainwater and giving blood for about 3 months, every 2 weeks or every week, whatever. We'd meet at one of their houses, one of the 3 doctors' houses, and there'd be a phlebotomist there, and about 40 other people from around their neighborhoods, and this, that, and the other. I met a lot of really interesting people. Let me tell you, we're talking chemists and medical field professionals and that kind of stuff. And anyway, so we found out what was going on. I mean, he had it. Dr. Craig had a portfolio that was just blow your mind. And for the algorithmic, Algorian stuff, I'm going to leave a lot of that alone. But yeah, wow. So having been a 9/11 activist because of the business I'm in, being a steel fabricator, boilermaker, I knew dang well that what we had been told, the official narrative was bunk. Anyway, so I was already set up to be an activist in this. So I started into that. Well, it was, I guess, a year after I started my first channel, and we were through with the study, and Dr. Craig had got his portfolio. He had been going anywhere that would listen. If a church group of 7 little ladies wanted to hear his testimony and study his portfolio of evidence, he'd show up. Well, they told him to stop. Men in Black or whatever you want to say, and he did. And it cost him everything. It cost him his life. And I was called in, and the same man that told me about it, Dr. Payne, he says, here's what happened. And that little nurse was just bawling, crying. Dr. Craig was an incredible man. And that blew my mind. So I had to shut my channel down, quiet, because they were, they're threatening children if we did not shut up. So we shut up. It worked, I mean, and then I guess it was about 2 years later when I got a call and said, look, the children don't want his passing to be a waste. Go for it. They're not scared. Well, I wasn't going to do that. So that pretty much just left me knowing what I do, knowing about weather modification, whether if we wear something and we go to the fair, weather. Okay, you with me? As in W, the big W word. Yeah, well, knew about all that. So I'm watching this, and I know that this is man-made climate control. Climate, right?
Yeah, climate engineering.
Yes, yeah, okay. I'm being careful with your channel and the algorithm. If you catch it. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the people on this, between our channels will understand my dodging. Let's see. So I'm on this pain management stuff and all this. My daughter says, Dad, you got to get off those damn pills. And I've been on them since my elbow surgery and my back. I'm like, God, she's right. I got to get off these damn things. So I rented a 1-bedroom house in a little town up here. I gave it 6 months.
All in North Carolina.
Yeah. And I just northeast of Charlotte, like a bedroom community up here. They call it Concord, but I was in Enochville, even smaller. And I got me a little 1-bedroom house. I put enough provisions in there to make it. I walked in that thing and I took that last strip of them damn OxyContins and I put it on the mirror. I will not cash that in. I'm walking out of here clean. Well, that was one heck of a 6-month journey, buddy.
Yeah, them OxyContins will really get you addicted.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. That's the most addictive stuff on the planet.
I've seen people addicted on that.
Yep. So I had to. Oh, wow. Well, during the interim, while I'm coming off that stuff, it literally deadens your emotions. It doesn't just deaden the pain; it deadens all your pains. Emotionally, mentally, physically, all of it. So all that comes flooding back.
Makes you where you don't care.
Yeah, and it all comes flooding back when you stop. So I went through all that, and during that interim, admittedly, I wanted to leave. I wanted to get out of here. I wanted to check out. Well, I knew
you wanted to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it hurt. So during that, so I hit my knees, man. What are you gonna do? You're gonna hit your knees. I started hitting my knees, and for 3 nights in a row, I hit my knees, and man, I prayed, and I told my God, show me, show me what you want to do with guide my hands, guide my eyes. Let me do your work.
Wow.
This is really painful. And on the 3rd morning, or the 4th morning after
this is powerful, brother.
My hair's standing up on my arms. Okay, it was after the 3rd night, the 4th morning, I woke up at 5:55. That was my first triple digit and I didn't think much about it. I just remember rolling over in the digital clock. It was at 5:55. Then I got up, did my normal thing. Us Carolina boys, we like our liver mush. And every time I turn around, triple digits. I mean, and it started. Wow, it started to the point where we all know that if it's a $9 product, it's $9.99, right? Well, I'm seeing $8.88, $7.77 at the fucking food line. Freaking food! Come on, man! What in the world? This went on for a good week. Just finally, I speak of the food line because I was standing in the local grocery store in the middle of the store, and again it happened. I don't know, whatever it was, and I said, "Look, man, quit playing. I see the signs. I see it. I love it. Show me, Lord." I have no idea what I'd ask for. Let me tell you. Oh man. So I don't know. We got to fast forward to August 21st, 2017. I have now confidently, I know, I feel it in my heart. I've completely changed. I feel my vibes have changed. I can feel myself changing. I see how people are acting towards me has changed. But wow, no wonder that fella doesn't like me right now. I can see it now. Should have never known. Should have known just what kind of person that was from the get-go. It's true. Let me tell you, you accept God in your heart, you will resonate differently. And those that aren't resonating right will either buck or run. I saw that happen around me. So all my friends are changing. My whole life, my nightlife, everything is changing. Everything, and it's all. I'm bringing out the ugliness in the ugly ones and the beauty in the beauty.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm watching this happen before my eyes. I know what's happening in my heart of hearts and in my mind.
Right.
And it's hard to explain to people. And not only that, they'll also, I don't know, they feel like like you like you think you're better than somebody or something. No, I'm just here, this is real. And
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, you're not, yeah. And actually, you're less of apt to be uh, that guy that thinks he's better than the other, right? Yeah, you actually, that goes away. You feel sorry for people that don't have that have it. I did anyway. Or I do, yeah. So I'm standing out there August 21st, 2017. There's supposed to be some crazy eclipse across America. It's going to start in the west and go east. How in the world is that going to do that? The sun goes from, so how's that going? So I'm wondering about all that. So I'm looking at nothing matched. Nothing made sense. The
Right.
70%, 70-foot mile wide or whatever shadow and all that. Hold on. No. I know enough about physics and whatnot to know they're full of baloney when they tell us light bends. It's just, come on. So I'm standing outside, and my neighbor, who I guess we've been side by side for about 17 years now, our garage doors opened up to each other. They're pretty big lots over there. But we could still see one another when we're in our own garages. Him being a retired small town police sergeant, and me being a cannabis activist, I don't know, call me a heretic, I guess, anti-war kind of guy, anti throw your neighbor in for growing a plant kind of guy. So we got two dichotomies there, but we always got along. Just wondering, man, that's the way you're supposed to be with your neighbors. You love your neighbors.
So you were saying, let me go back. So
Mhm.
you were saying in 2017 you was calling out to the Lord.
Oh yeah, I've been calling out since I found since I come off them cottons shortly after that.
And that was 2017?
Before, yeah, it's a few years. It's about 3 years that he had shown me that he was there, that he talked to me, that he heard me,
Right.
and then I asked him, quit with this triple number stuff. I get you signs, show me, and then it got quiet.
I know for sure if you call out to the Lord, he hears you.
Yep.
I know.
Yep. And it got quiet,
Back in 2004, I mean, I was calling out to the Lord. I was in such a state of mind that he brought me out of it because I was calling out to the Lord.
Yeah. But like I say, it got quiet, and it got but I knew, but it was a quietness in me. Everything changed, and I guess he gave me that little bit of adjustment time before he really threw it on me. No stuff. Oh yeah, so we're at August 2017 now, and it's the 21st, and here comes this crazy eclipse. And I'm out there in the yard, out there in the side yard, by my truck with my neighbor, him and I standing there. He's the world's skeptic. He's a trained skeptic. He's a cop, retired. And here I am. I know about the stripes, and I know about whether or not you wore something to the fair and all this stuff. Man, here it come. And he looked up, and I'm looking at it. He looked down at me, or up at me, actually. I was taller than him. That looks fake AF. And I said, no kidding. And we both looked back at it, and he goes, my God, you can see 3 planes circling below it, hologramming the damn thing. I'm like, yeah, you can, can't you, Mike? And it just blew his mind. That was because he now knew that the hippie, activist, crazy anti-war guy across the 2 driveways from him, matching, facing garage, was correct. You can see it on his face. Oh man, because when you figure this stuff out, man, it's like losing a family member or something.
Yeah.
And it just, you can see it wash all over him. He said, "Good God Almighty, you gotta be kidding me." He said, "I need a beer." He turns around for his garage and goes, he said, "You want a beer?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, I sure do." And I had walked out. And I had rolled me one of my little things, one of my pain relievers. I had it in my top pocket. So when he went and got his beer, he come back and he's retired now. He got me one. I just pulled mine out. My left-handed one. I sparked it up. I jumped up. He said, "Hell no, I can't handle that right now." Okay, yeah. So we just did that. He, he asked me, he said, "Look, what the hell do I need to know?" I stood there. It was a good 30 minutes. I explained to him what I knew, and it just blew his mind. Okay, so there you go. I got that confirmation. I got my neighbors finally figured out why the hell I'm out filming the sky all the time. What's going on? And it quietened down. And I was trying to get my young friends, my son's age, to comprehend that they're being lied to. That it's not man as in public. It's man as in the controllers, the oligarchs that are doing this on purpose. There's a reason we're on plastic made from petroleums instead of made from natural hemp products, that kind of thing. There's a because, oh my God, they are filling the cup with filth, trying to get the Messiah to come back that way. We can't all be angels, so let's just fill the cup with filth. Where the hell does that come from? Some guy named Zebediah Zeddy or something like that. It's demonic as hell. And that's what's going on. Well, I wasn't getting heavy like that. First week September 2017, just a couple of weeks later, after that crazy eclipse, with my next door neighbor, the skeptic. I'm lifted off the couch. I don't know why. Look, I don't even remember going to the truck and getting in the truck. All I remember is topping that hill on Tuckasegee and the whole world getting a hue of blue. The whole world. Well, this is when it gets crazy. It starts getting real crazy. This is when he threw it on me hard. I look towards the left and the sun is setting off on over a soybean field. It's been sprayed with the Monsanto. It's dead. It's just a dead zone. And boom, there's a blue planet. I'm not kidding you. Dave, super. It's that it's sun that big around. There's a planet that big around at the 1 o'clock position. Okay. Whoa, right there at the 1 o'clock position. Looked like it was kissing the sun. Whoa, man, that just whoa. Now, at this point in time, you got to understand, I had never heard of Planet X. I'd never heard of Wormwood. That wasn't on. I'd been busy building a home and a family and a business. I didn't know anything about that stuff. What are you talking about? Oh, crazy. I'd never seen any weird stuff in the sky. Nothing. I was at hell. My son had asked me not 3 months earlier, "Dad, what do you think about UFO?" I'd never seen one, so I got no opinion until I'm shown. Whatever. Yeah. No. Boom. There it is. Wow.
Yeah.
I pull over. I'm shaking. Look, Dave, I was shaking so hard. I was shaking so hard. I'd never shaken. Man, I'd never been so freaked out in my mind. So yeah, I call back to the house. Roommates, my ex-wife. I was like, "What the hell am I doing out here? What do we need from the store?" That nothing. I just got back from the store. I was wondering where are you going? I had no reason to be out there. Don't know why I was out there, other than to see that God had shown me. Sure enough, God showed me that right then and there. So I started back to the house. I prayed to God. I said, "God, if you ever do this again to me, I need witnesses. Don't do this to me alone. You wouldn't even let me get my phone out in time to get a picture of it." Well, he answered that. He always made sure I had somebody with me when this happened again. This started. I get home and I start looking. Right. So I go to the internet as a tool to find out what the heck I just saw. Here it came. I'd never There's fear porn everywhere. Fear porn into the world. Fear
Yeah, I
porn.
know. I'm
It was,
accused. I'm accused of pushing a little bit of that stuff.
well, it just kept coming at me. It is making me sick in my stomach. Well, yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. It's something divine. And in my heart of hearts, He loves us. So why would He? Why are you going to throw the baby out with the bathwater? I couldn't quite get my head around that. And then that's when I found the Hopi prophecies and the Lakota.
Oh, really?
Yep. And when I saw that, I got, oh, good God, here it is. See, because I trust these people far more than I trust.
Is that Indian prophecy?
Yeah, that'd be the Lakota and the Dakota, the Lakota Indians and the Hopi Indians, which would be
more on the west side of the United States.
Oh yeah. The Lakota would be north Montana area, that South Dakota, North Dakota, and then of course the Hopi would be Arizona, that kind of area. I got to look at it. Well, that's when I found out Anunnaki. When the Hopis, the Anunnaki come up out of the ground. Well, okay, what's the etymology of Anunnaki? Why do they call it ant people? In Hopi language, that means ant people. So the ant people come up out of the ground and told them that there's going to be a red comet with a tail on it, double, the serpent's split tongue tail coming. And y'all need to have your grain stored like this underground, and we'll come tell you when you get the hell up get underground and hide. And they did. And then they come back up when the Anunnaki told them to. What in the hell? Can you imagine? Oh man. But the beauty of it was this don't happen. It doesn't have to happen. That tail doesn't have to scrape the world. The world doesn't have to be turned upside down.
That's right.
Because if we'll just turn back to nature, if man will just turn back and be the steward of this God's green earth, like we're supposed to be. We're given dominion over the whole thing, and we're supposed to care for it.
Yeah,
and that's right. You care for. We're supposed to care for Mother Earth like our mother, like we care for our mother. Who in the world would pee on your mama?
Right? We are in dominion of the earth.
Yeah, we're dominion over everything's creepy, crawly, and walks and everything, the whole nine, right? So we're the caretakers. What are we doing? Well, we're pooping on the place. Stop.
Yeah.
Right?
That's very much true.
Yep. So all my life I've always thought, well, I've always been a big cannabis and hemp. It's actually, if you take this grain, so if you got the most industrial hemp plant, got the longest, strongest natural fiber in the world and the most nutritional seeds in the world, from that strain all the way to the most medicinal, pot head, make your cookies out of it kind of weed, it's all one grain. And they call it soma. Now, why aren't we taught that? Soma. Now, most people would say, well, they have a pharmaceutical drug called soma. Yes. Anytime something starts to gain traction, that's godly, that's wholesome, the devil mocks it and mimics it. That's what he does, right? Lucifer mimics God's creation and God's works.
I do agree with that.
Right. So there you go. So anyways, this soma, I'm kind of losing track where with that. But yeah, I'm that type of person. So this is right up my alley. I'm good to go with the Native Americans. Hell, yeah. Stop pushing holes in the ground and sucking Mother Earth's bloodline out of her. Stop it. We can do all this with plants. All our pharmaceuticals, everything. We can turn away from the pH and go to the F. We don't need big pharma. We really don't. We already had penicillin before it came around. We already had local anesthesia called cocaine. We already had what 4 different things. What was the third? Any stimulants. Well, we can derive these from natural plants. Everything else is derived. They've not come up with anything with their petroleum pharma. Think of one thing they've cured since they cured penicillin.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. A lot of it when it comes to big pharmacy, they've addicted a lot of people on these
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
When it comes to like anesthesia, different things that you need, even for infection, antibiotic.
Mhm.
There are natural herbs, but there are, also medications.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we get penicillin from bread mold. We get morphine so we can operate on a leg or reset a bone or something like that, or major pain, a blocker to be able to work with somebody from poppy seeds, from poppy, from the bulbs,
Right.
and of course a local anesthesia. You need to pull your tongue, pull your tooth or something. You get it from the coca plant.
Yeah.
So what else have they come up with? What disease, what illnesses have they curtailed with any of the others? None. They
Good
created
question. What have they cured? Right.
nothing. Well, I try not to use the word cured because that's what we do to a ham. I don't want to be ham cured. I don't know about you. Don't hang me in the smokehouse for 6 months, please. I mean, by sure when I go, roll me up and smoke me one. No doubt.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm all about That's right. Got to keep.
Everyone in the chat, I let the guests, have the microphone. I let tell about their life, the things they experience, when they came to the Lord, their testimony. Sir, continue. You have the mic.
Good point. At that time, I'm just filled with the Lord. I mean, my God, by our Creator, I'm just filled with His love. I can feel it. I kind of understand what's going on in the world. I know why I haven't fit into this place for so long. Never have felt like I fit in around here. I know why now. And that takes a lot off of you, when you finally understand why in the world do I not fit in around here? Well, there you go. That's why I don't fit in no religion. No, I don't. Y'all, come on now. I mean, what do you mean I'm supposed to give you Caesar's coins? Give them back to Caesar. What are we doing talking about that up here in this place? And why are we calling the building the church? Because we're the church. That's an enterprise.
Yeah.
Y'all done signed a damn contract with the devil with your CO, C3, whatever, CO, 501c3. Well, you done signed up with the devil. That's the devil. Give Caesar back his coins. His face is on them. Stop trying to buy your way out. You're so worried about that damn taxes you're supposed to pay. You got to keep your mouth shut because they tell you they'll yank your contract if you open your mouth and say what's right instead of what the narrative is. See? So you're serving two masters, buddy, and you can't serve two masters.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So so that you're done there. You might as well be you're throwing whatever you're throwing your last treasure after the devil. I don't give a damn. Y'all, I don't care what you're. Oh, non-dimensional. Everybody's wonderful. We can wear our Bermuda shorts there and all this stuff. Yeah, But he's got a contract. The old man, whoever's running that enterprise, got a contract with the devil, and he can't tell you everything. He can't tell you. He's being told. You mention that, you're done. Well, that's pretty important. If your preacher's mouth has been legally and contractually limited, you're living in a limited hangout. Ain't that what we call it on the internet here? Have you ever heard that term, limited hangout?
Not really, but
a limited hangout would be.
I get it. I get it.
Yep, that would be an Alex Jones's limited hangout. Anywhere you're going to get 90% of the truth, and the other 10% they're going to hide from you because they want to keep you in that. I call it the secondary farm. We've been smart enough to jump the first fence. They got plenty of agent provocateurs to draw you into that next paddock. See, I'd like to think I've jumped either the last fence or I'm real close to getting the hell out of that off that farm. So where are we at? All right.
Well,
I see okay, go ahead.
it allows us to open up about many things like giving your life over to the Lord.
Hmm. Yeah, buddy. So he has shown me something phenomenal now, and he's opened my eyes to something, right? And this is, first of all, I know now that NASA's completely up to something. It's nefarious as hell because I couldn't figure out what the hell they did all that for. They were hiding something. Then I find out what they're hiding because they show them the blue casino right beside the sun. So I'm thinking, well, that's what the hell they hid. That had to have been what that special damn eclipse was about. It had to. That's my 2 weeks later he shows me that, guides me to see it. Man, let me tell you, after I saw that at sunset, I became the most avid sunset watcher you ever seen in your life. I did not miss the sunset. And I always would gather somebody to go with me. And also, there was always somebody willing to go ride in the truck and go look, watch the sunset, document it, put it on my channel. I was back when I met Seven, because he was doing the same. Dave, back when he was Planet X channel.
Yeah.
There was a good contingency of us that were a pretty solid frontline group. Yeah, frontline.
Yeah, I like
That's
Seven.
Yeah, well, Seven. I think Seven coined the frontliner line. Yeah, so there was a lot of us, man, and there were some major provocateurs that infiltrated that. I won't put any names up. I'll just say one, Scott. Two Scotts. Yeah, and then but what I found about that, well, again, getting back to that limited hangout, you'll have two agents there. One's telling you the whole truth, nothing but truth. The other one's kind of spinning, backing it down. See, I watched that happen. And there was a very smart lady. Wish I could come up with her dang name, but she was out of WITS, which is South Africa's MIT. Like, MIT is like the top technical college or university.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, WITS is South Africa. And they run right there with them. And she was out of there. She was a professor of physics. She used to, man, did she give us a lesson on how these electromagnetic orbs work, how they're interacting in our atmosphere, how light works, how shadows work.
But tell us how they work.
Well, between refraction and reflection. Now, when we think of light, that's big. That's our sight. We're thinking about how we see things and how that light interacts through a prism or off of something reflective. And she reminded everybody, look, you got to refract to get the rainbow, and there's only one source, so you can't have two rainbows. There's something other than natural and or normal or on the regular is happening, for instance, or different colors in our rainbow. That's not our sun. That's not our sun creating that rainbow. If it's not got the Roy G. Biv, whatever, the 7, yeah. And then how the primary color from green works back and forth, going to the red shift and the blue shift and all that. Man, wow. So I knew all this from high school, junior high, and all that. I paid attention to science a good bit. That's how I knew. Whoa! When I saw that blue planet there that close, I knew it was that crazy because I thought I knew how the mechanics work. Well, no, what I knew was what I believed. I was told and sold by NASSholes, I call them. Those Astros. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So that helped a lot. Claudia Albers. That's right. Yeah, Dr. Claudia Albers. And her partner, Scott Sumner. That was definitely, I think they probably still have a channel. That is definitely a limited hangout. That is a work it back and forth. Good cop, bad cop. No doubt. So you can get a lot from that. But you're not going to get it all. Somewhere along the line, you're going to get tripped up. I'm watching this go on. What amazed me was that I'd watch the sunset at my house. I'd film it, upload it to YouTube, use YouTube and go to Webcams to Mexico because an hour after my sunset, it starts setting on the east coast of Mexico. I get to watch it then. Then it starts setting on the west coast of Mexico. Get to watch it. So I'm watching 3 sunsets from hundreds of cameras and my own, high spots I'm watching.
Someone just said in the chat, there are 2 light sources. We live in a 3-sun system.
Oh, I know of 2 for sure.
That was Country Boy Archaeology.
Yeah, I know of 2 for sure. And I've been watching this very closely since 2017. I mean, and gaining knowledge. It's that little short live you did today, where that boy was looking west at the sun setting and turns around east and there's the sun up.
Yeah.
I've been watching that for a while. I sent you a link in the comments. Did it show up? This place is bad about hiding stuff from us, from one another, and our content from one another. But I sent a link in the comments of that short that you might want to pull up. And that, I have seen what he saw, I have seen it fully exposed, fully above the horizon, right there in the sky.
Right.
And let me describe it.
Well,
Picture our sun at sunset, nice and bright on a clear day. You know how big that is. Okay, this one's about a third bigger. It's got a soft pastel light to it, but it's as bright. In other words, it'll counteract the shadow that the sun might be making that's being cast east because it's setting in the west. It will counteract it and there'll be no shadow. How can the sun be in the west, that low in the sky, and there be no shadow on the opposite side of the building? It's being counteracted by the second sun. So there you go. You're not getting a shadow. I've watched that. What the world's going on here? And sure enough, again, it is a little bit larger than our sun, our original sun. It's a soft, almost kind, almost gentle light, but yet it's bright as any, and it's got a beautiful teal corona. It's a beautiful star. I'm not kidding. Wow, is it pretty? Yeah, and I've seen it full-fledged right there. Was boom, and with witnesses. When I published that, the channel came down pretty darn quick. Jordan, I'm like on my 19th or 20th channel day from sharing mainly this stuff.
Really, here on YouTube?
Yes, sir. And 2 of my channels have been pulled down on April Fool's Day, and it's now to the point where they don't even send me an email.
Wow, that's a lot of channels to be going through.
I literally do not have a way to protest or to what do you call it? Ask for my channel back to fight it, because they've taken that tool, my access to that tool away. They've restricted my access to that tool that you use to fight your claim.
Yeah.
Which is, look, I know what I'm up against. What's amazing is, when I started at Library, remember Library, LBRY? When that started, I was like one of the first crypto platforms, like BitChute and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was a heck of a damn little platform. I've never created an online wallet. When I went there, I got it all done, and at the very end, they're like, okay, give us your bank number, all this and that. Well, I've never monetized any of this, so I just stopped. I said, well, darn, I can't use this damn platform. So I just stopped, left it alone, closed out that page with a swipe of my thumb or whatever on my phone. The next day, I get an email that I've got an online wallet. They made one for me and put me on the platform. All right. Well, that got bought out by YouTube, and they call it Odyssey. That's the only platform that has never never censored me.
Yes, sir.
But I'm telling you, I've used every one of them. You name one, Joe's Pool Hall.
Rumble?
Yeah, all of them. They've all, every single one of them have taken at least 1 or 2 of my videos down.
I do know Rumble has an algorithm, just like all of them. Artificial intelligence. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. And ABC owns Google, and Google owns YouTube, and YouTube owns Odyssey, and Odyssey is the only one that's never censored me. How about that? So they're saying, look, we won't let you put it on YouTube. We're going to yank it out. We won't even give you a chance to argue it.
Yeah.
We'll take it. But yeah, you can do all you want over there on Odyssey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, we were talking. You do realize everything we just talked about is military industrial complex infrastructure.
Right.
But if you think for a damn minute that when you're dealing with Delta Airlines, you're dealing with some private corporation, you're a fool. You're dealing with the military. All of it. All of it.
Well, before we end the stream, we got about 15, 20 more minutes. Scripture.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like something that sticks out to you? Like to me, John 3:16 was the first scripture I learned.
Right.
And there are several that sticks out.
The biggest one that sticks out is what I was coming to next. All right, so I'm shown that second week September. I'm shown what I come to know as the blue kachina. Like, wow, that's crazy. What in the world? I never knew. Wow. So all this is new to me. I'm learning, and I know now why he chose to have Mike out there with me to see the fake baloney eclipse. Why he's gotten me off the couch and shown me the blue kachina. Why he's led me to the hosted prophecy. And then he puts the big one on me. September 23rd, 2017. We see what happened in the sky. Can only be, well, if you describe what happened, we saw happen in the sky, signs in the sky. Well, you're quoting Rev 12. Revelations 12.
Right.
There'll be a great sign in the sky. Well, I came to know in my heart of hearts that we just started the 7 years of tribulation. I'm getting a lot of pushback by that. That's fine. I understand. Everybody's on their own walk.
You believe that?
Well, I'm like,
can you explain what you're saying? 7 years of tribulation.
Okay.
Are we in the beginning?
That day when we saw the 3 wandering stars line up with Leo and give the virgin her 12 jewels in her crown, the sun was at her shoulder, bathing her in light. Her feet, her moon was under her feet, and Jupiter had been in her belly for 9 months, and leaves from between the 2 stars that represent her hip and go into Okafukus, and there's that red dragon awaiting for her to devour.
Was that in 2019?
That was 2017, 9/23. Everybody keeps wondering what the number 9/23 is. Well, it starts the 7 years of tribulation.
7 years, that would place us at 2024. So 2017 would have been the beginning.
Mm-hmm. That day.
Of the Great Tribulation.
Yep. And then what really, at 3.5 year mark, well, no, this is not happening. More confirmation. At the halfway mark, 3.5 years, dead money Ides of March. It lands on Ides of March. So I look into Ides of March and find out it's not only the day Caesar was killed, it was the day that Caesar had said all 100 years contracts must be filed with me. I'm the king. So you file it with me. And they killed him for that. And then you look into that, we get back to the Hopi prophecy. What happened? King Hammurabi. He's the one that sent the 600 watchers to Mount Hermon, 200 of which, 1/3, left their 5th estate and came into our women and created a Nephilim. Well, now, he also set up 100-year jubilees, resets, financial resets with usury, which is an abomination. You're not supposed to charge your neighbor interest, just a fee. It's one-time fee, that's it. Now we have a damn, what is that? Compound interest? What in the heck? You ever tried to read one of those charts? Good God. So, it's an abomination. It's against God. Yeah. So.
Right.
Yeah. So,
the reason I clarify, I don't, expect everyone to believe what I say or what you say or what Anthony or anyone else I have as a guest on, but it's good to understand, how you put your pieces together, your walk in life.
That's right. This is my walk. This is my walk with God. This is my stroll down the right now. There's only one set of footsteps on my beach right now, and they're not mine. I'm being carried right now.
I got you. I see.
It's pretty damn rough right now. Pretty rough. So if you want to know how rough, just go watch my testimonies.
I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I understand that there's kind of some sorrowful things going on in your life, like you were just saying.
Yeah.
Things are rough.
Yeah. It's
I know it's pretty hard to talk about.
it is. But let's get back. Okay, so I'm running out of battery. Number one. Number two. Let me. Okay. Where was I? So, the Ides of March. So I look into that. I find that. Then I found that. Okay, and then bam, what do we get? Good God, Klaus Barbie or whatever his name is. Schwab, Mr. Toothpick, ear swab, talking about the 70th 100-year platinum jubilee. I'm like, good God, you got to be kidding me. That's 7,000 years. That's when King Hammurabi sent the Watchers. This is all lining up. It's crazy stuff, and it's all it's being orchestrated by. I'm gonna throw these three words out that might get us on the damn back end, but whatever. Transhumanists, eugenicists, Fabians. If you don't know what a Fabian is, you need to look into what a Fabian is. You will find their murals used to be at the Denver Fabians. Eugenicists and transhumanists. That's what this is about. They want to become gods on earth, and damn if they're not getting real close to it. Look around. They control the weather. They control everything. At the end of a gun. And some of those guns are laser guns, ladies and gentlemen. And they've got V2K, I believe they call it. It's voice to skull transmission that can be done through 4G LTE integrated machine systems, antennas, coronas, or through the 5G phased array beamforming, individually targeted. So if you got crazy ass thoughts in your mind, they might not be yours. Be very discernible. Today, these are the things I've known. These are the things God has shown me, and God has given me the strength to give you this testimony today. And Dave, I want to thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir, for being here. People don't know some of the things in your life that you are going through. You just lost a son, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah, I lost him. We found out just 2 or 3 days ago that he was found unresponsive in Redding, California on the 26th. We should get a toxicology report any time now. And we're going to have his ashes shipped back home. And then his mama, my ex-wife, my best friend in the whole wide world, she's terminal. And I'm having
How old was your son, sir?
He was born in 83, so he was 40.
Yeah, I have only one son, and he's like 33.
Yeah, that's my only son. And I have a daughter, and she's the one I want prayers for. She's losing a mama and a brother she adored all at the same time.
I just wanted everybody in the chat to know, please keep Max Maximus in your prayers.
Keep my daughter in your prayers.
Because this is definitely a rough time. And is there any questions? There was a suggestion from Anthony that if you would take a question or two before you leave.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Somebody, if you'd please put something in the chat and question, not too personal. I really didn't want to pull up about his.
Well, now, if it's there's two answers to every question. None of your business and the truth. So you'll get one of the two. You'll get one of those two answers.
We got your new subscriber anyway. Anthony just subscribed.
Thank you, Anthony. So any questions at all?
We probably got you a few more than that we don't know about. I'm waiting to see if one shows up. Did you turn your phone sideways or what happened? Did we lose you? I think we lost him, y'all. Joe King, hello. Thank you very much, Mr. Max Maximus. If y'all don't have Max Maximus, I'll run the link. Sorry about that if we lost him. It was just in time for a question in the chat. Let's see. The scripture that keeps coming to my mind is that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities running to and fro, seeking who they may devour. Michelle, thank you. You are welcome to come up here. You don't have to, not tonight. I put the email in the chat. It's good to talk about the hard things in life. It's good. I've told many things in my life. Right here on YouTube, I've experienced, just like I was saying earlier in this live stream, there was a time that brought me to my knees. I called out to the good Lord in 2004, and magically things were happening, and he brought me out of it. So, yeah. Thank you, Mike Smith, for running that link. His battery must have died, Anthony. Thank you, everyone that are still sharing. Miss Sharon Searly, thank you for that super chat. Galatians 4:20. Let's look that up. Can we look that up before we go? At least read something here. We are God believers. I know we are. A majority of us, I've seen in chats and all that people say they don't believe in God. Because of the hard times in their life, because like, what did God do? Why isn't he here to answer my questions? Why isn't he here to save me? But I'm going to read that Galatians 4:20. Let's see if I can find it. Got to look on which I do have my Bible over here. And people be like, Super Dave, that's the King James Version. That's the only version I use. But anyway, I'll read it from the NIV, the Newly International Version, because it's right here online. How I wish I could be with you now and change my tone, because I am perplexed about you. Good Lord, please protect this community, Heavenly Father. Help Max Maximus through his hard times in life. We have to understand there's a reason for everything. Yes, Lord, thank you. And the people that need to come to you, Lord, show them the way, because time is running out. Help us all, Lord. Protect us all, Lord. And I say these things in Jesus' name. Amen. There's a reason for everything, y'all. It's Sunday night, Super Nets. And if anyone wants to be a guest next week, you're welcome to do so. Let me go ahead and leave that email again. Y'all email me. On Sunday night, I'm trying to make this every Sunday night. I know we skipped a couple Sunday nights, but it's all good, because I can still come on Sunday night and talk about anything. For real, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. You can ask me questions. I can give you my opinion anytime. But when it comes to the guests, it's awesome, that they give us their feel, the things they've learned, the things they see. So there's my email, y'all. And please hit that thumbs up. And God bless each and every one of you. Thank you, everyone.